elimination match between MJK and OMO Abyssinian. This is to decide our top 3, and MJK are hovering that Leafeon ban. They do not want to see Shua on that Pokemon.
This is a massive game right here. Lapras, Leafeon being banned out early. MJK getting this first pick. The question is, what are they going to want to grab? Is it going to be the Zacian? Do they want a defender? Let's see what they take out of the gate right here.
Yeah, with so much priority given over towards the Zacian, it's going to be there yet again. Zacian locked in for Sona. OMO Abyssinian looking at that Trevenant, going to take that away from Hagu King and grab the Hoopa in combination.
Look, the fact of the matter is, Hagu King on Trevenant is insanely scary. It's already a very spooky tree, but in the hands of Hagu King, it is a thing of legend. However, you just gave Lucapo Urshifu. Yeah, no, I think they just have to sort of dust the cobwebs off, say, oh, I don't know what that whole Scyther thing was there for a minute. Let me get back to the Pokemon that's been dominating this entire time. However, Abyssinian says, I think we just might have found a secret weapon here, possibly bringing Mew into game number 3.
Yeah, with a performance like that, you need to run it back. Mew going to be here for that game number 3. A reminder, OMO Abyssinian is now tied up in this match, but that second game was not close. No. OMO had a complete control of that one, so Lewis looking for a repeat performance, and they're going to have the Umbreon to back it up. MJK needs some kind of pocket support. We've seen Comfey, we've seen Blissey in these scenarios, we've even seen Clefable, and currently Hinty is going to be locking in that Blissey.
Blissey, obviously, Bliss Assistant's just one of the most powerful save tools in the entire game. The ability to rocket across the map, knock people, up and do damage as you are going, and at the same time give a massive shield and damage increase to an ally. It's just such an incredible way to support one of these powerful Pokemon. I'm really excited to see Hagu King on this Snorlax here, because there were some other defenders that could come out. Of course, we could see a Slowbro, but they're bringing out Snorlax for the final game here for this best of 3 game. This is so important for these two teams. Someone is moving on. Someone has a chance to still make it to the grand finals, and the other's heading home.
They have had incredible tournament runs so far, but that does not need to end here. OMO Abyssinian looking to make this comeback sweep. MJK wanting a rematch against Oyasumi Makaro. I am so excited. Casters, please take it away.
One more match to decide who makes it into top 3. The final chance for both of these teams, and they are bringing out some new stuff. I mean, I guess I should say a little bit more on the defender side. Definitely stuff they've played before, but they're going with some strategies that they've really liked this entire tournament.
Going in with some strategies, that's the thing, there's only so much you can change here, but I absolutely love this Snorlax pick. I feel like we haven't seen enough Snorlax.
I always want to see more Snorlax. Such a fun Pokemon, a defender that can really show off, make some star plays itself, and especially piloted by a player this strong. I expect we're going to see it, but here we go. Game number 3 of the losers semifinals to see who breaks into top 3. MJK on the left and OMO Abyssinian on the right.
Yes, they do not want to go home just yet. They want to fight their way through, possibly through to the grand finals. But another fight that is happening right now is this Zacian that is trying to take down this Phantom as it is trying to get its stacks in. Ends up getting denied and has to back away with that X-Speed. Can it make the great escape? Yes, it does.
That's pretty fast for a tree. They usually don't move all that fast, but that one in particular, I think it's using its roots very, very well. On the other side, a very far forward Eevee, not quite an Umbreon yet, really wants to get that extra little bit of EXP. It would have been a very nice thing to steal that right there. Still, there's some opportunities. This is an aggressive little path down here. Mew, especially early on, can be absolutely devastating.
Absolutely devastating, but it isn't until that level 5 where it can switch up that move. So obviously opting for that Electrobro for that secure earlier on. But look at this, we have Urshifu hiding in that tall grass, waiting for these Swablues and Altaria to spawn. But they are not going to put the pressure on yet, as we have Snorlax also coming on down.
Wow, they actually didn't get that last hit. I feel like they should just turn around and get that just like before anything else happens, but no, they're gonna go for the aggression, and look at that, trying to get some more stacks maybe, but going in is the Urshifu. Can you escape? No, going in a little bit too far. The Umbreon's gonna evolve as well. That's gonna give them a huge boost as the Solar Beam continues to work out. That has been the pick of the past 2 games. One more just for good measure. 3 Pokemon on the side of OMO OMO Abyssinian KOing 3 different Pokemon on the side of MJK.
Both of these teams are playing super aggressive right now. We have seen that pattern. Push that bottom path earlier on as those birds do spawn. But obviously it didn't favor OMO Abyssinian there. MJK were able, OMO Abyssinian were able to get 76 points in.
Yeah, that is, again, one of the ways that they really dominated that last game that we watched, game 2 of this set, was that they had a huge score lead, and they're already building it up 70-something points as far as they're even, like, before the first objectives, right? They're not even close to spawning, 7 and 40 seconds left. Now, there hasn't been quite as many attempts to go in from Sona like we saw in the last game. I felt like it was a big reason why we saw Team MJK fall far behind, so they're not really as far behind, but they've got to fight to keep up.
They have got to fight, waiting for the right moment, though, as these birds do spawn. And I might say that Rapid Striker, Shifu just soaked that up.
Yeah. What bird? I actually didn't see any of them. I just saw a bunch of attacks on a row, but definitely going to be a fight here for this basement Reggie. We see the forward positioning. Now, I do really like the Snorlax in this position. Snorlax can be very, very good at blocking off a lot of these paths, splitting up these teams for these basement Reggie fights, but how will the initiative be made? One slam is going to hit, and actually Snorlax the one getting initiated on, going down first, trading for the Umbreon that's won a piece. Both members backing up except for the Zacian. That's going to be Sona going down as well. A big advantage here for OMO Abyssinian, but they're all very, very low. They don't really have all that much healing. Nobody going through the Hoopa portal. That's a lot of confidence, but they do not want to give the chance for the enemy team to burn down the Registeel, and it's going to be the beam once again.
The trusty Solar Beam to get those secures, and also we have Inteleon. The Shedinjidol wasn't enough to save that, but it did buy some time here. We have the Rapid Striker, Shifu trying to dive in deep. We have the Snorlax trying to wait for the perfect opportunity to use that heavy slam. Hopefully get some knockups, but look at this. The crowd control that this Trevenant is bringing right now is insane.
Lucapo not able to quite get the target that they want. They had to back up, and look at this. The reset from the side of OMO Abyssinian allows them to pick up the Inteleon too. They are just winning so many of these early fights. Like I said, they were not far behind on the side of MJK, but they're starting to fall behind once again.
Starting to fall behind. They need to get these levels up and running, but we do have OMO Abyssinian going and starting that Reggie Alecki. All the tier pads are up currently, so it's just a matter of time of whether the Zacian's going to come in. No, they're going to favor these birds instead. And now that Reggie Alecki, the secret 6th member for OMO Abyssinian.
This has been such a perfect counter on the dives. Oh, the Snorlax actually getting pulled back by the Umbreon. It's going to go down as well. Any attempt to go in has been met with defeat. Mew catching another one on the Inteleon. And I feel like there's going to be more than that. 3 now down with Sona as well on the Zacian. The Regilecki's going in. They can score if they want, but they want that one more. Will you catch it? You will. That's 4 KOs altogether while they're breaking that potentially that tier 1. Look at that. They want as much overscore as they can, and they're... Oh, wait, no. Regilecki actually stopped, but they're still going to get it, and I'd expect one more KO for good measure.
Who needs the Reggie Alecki when you can have the Glaceon just score in there? Yeah. I was really, really worried they missed their opportunity there, but all this fighting is happening. We have another objective that is about to spawn in 10 seconds.
I know, that it's just fight to fight to fight, but the thing is MJK keeps initiating, and they keep not being able to follow it up. The damage from the backline is so good on OMO Abyssinian side. When they try to jump in and then retreat, it's the Umbreon that just keeps catching them, and more importantly than anything else, every single time they attempt something, Mew just melts their entire team. Thank you for the example.
Perfect timing there from that Mew. We do have the Hoopa using their Unite move to bring down the rest of the team. They are engaging on through, but we have Mew on the Trevenant using his spectacular Hornleaf to just pin that Zacian against the wall. Mew once again getting the secure for OMO Abyssinian.
Oh my gosh, Mew MVP for sure. There's still though, we see the attempt to try and get some picks from this Urshifu, not able to catch this Umbreon. This Umbreon movement has been top tier, absolutely dodging so many different, aimed moves, so many different initiation attempts, everything about it. This has been beautiful play from Tempest.
It really is. They are showing no bounds right now. They have control of this map. 2 T1 pads are gone for MJK. They have this space to go on through. But you know what? We have a Reggie Alecki that is waiting up in that top half. So we'll have to see who ends up getting the secure.
Yeah, look at this level advantage. It's so heavy for the side of OMO Abyssinian, but the Urshifu, and that's going to be Lucapo, of course, been a star player, is on par with the rest of the levels. However, every single time you attempt to get in, it's so difficult to get out. Finally, we're going to see one pick here. Sona taking down the Hoopa, and so many members very low on the side of OMO Abyssinian. That beam almost taking out Inteleon once again. Zacian going in deep this time, not going to be able to find its target, but just building enough space to take down that tier 1. This is the first sign of life from MJK.
Yes, getting that point. Obviously, there is still a bit of a lead, 99 to 254 in favor of OMO Abyssinian. We almost have that Rayquaza spawning in about 40 seconds. Otherwise, we are going to go into that top path because Reggie Alecki is still there, being chipped away by this Glaceon.
Yeah, and the level advantage being taken back, actually. Lucapo is going to be the first member of the entire game to get to level 13, so that is really huge. I'm not actually sure how they managed to do that. A really efficient method of farming and just distributing the right EXP to them. And actually, we're going to get 2 level 13s now. Finally, everybody's starting to catch up, especially with that take from OMO Abyssinian. They've already got the lead. That's going to help them, especially as it's pushing down to tier 2. What are they going to do? Just let it in, I guess, on the side of MJK as we get to the final stretch.
Look, the thing is, they still have rings unbound from the Hoopa. So if anybody tries to capitalize on that back cap, but no, it looks like they are going to prioritize this fight right now.
All right, the attempt to initiate is there. Umbreon's going to be the one to initiate on the side of OMO Abyssinian. The Unite's coming out from Snorlax just to give some more of those shields. Nobody picked off quite yet, but that's going to be the Umbreon going down first. This might be a bad sign for OMO Abyssinian. They're trying to retreat, but they can't retreat that much with the damage on board for MJK. It looks like they might be picking up the Trevenant as well. No, it's going to stay up just barely as Zacian's the one that goes down. Instead, Hoop Unbound coming out to counter, but it's going to be Glaceon going down 3-3 here in the Ray Pit.
It is back and forth right now. MJK, they need to get this Rayquaza if they want to try and take a level lead. 336 to 99. Rayquaza is at a quarter HP, but we have Trevor using a huge Horn Leash to push 4 members of MJK here, and it ends up being OMO Abyssinian that gets the scoring shields.
Oh my gosh, of all things, of course, the Hoopa. This should be some points going in for the side of MJK, but not enough to even regain the lead. A few members with the shield available. That's going to be a lead building up to 200 to 300 to 400, and OMO Abyssinian maybe in an indefeatable spot. Just an unbelievable showing at that Ray Pit. It looks like that could have been over. MJK, I love the fact that they really made that attempt. They had to try something, but can 400 points go back in? They don't even have that many in their pocket.
They don't have that many in their pocket, but 25 seconds left to go, and look at this. Miva once again going in for the back half, has that scoring shield, going to get another 90 points.
That is it without a doubt. A fight's going to happen up here at the top tier 2, but that's almost just for fun. 10 seconds left. OMO Abyssinian will be your team, making it into the top 3, and we're going to have our top 3 of the World Championship be represented by 3 separate regions.
That is insane. Oh my gosh, look at them cheering. They are so happy. We see the fans in the crowd with their flags as well to represent their region.
Oh, they have been representing their region so well, and now it's going to come down to APAC, Japan, and North America. What a final 3 we have. Well played by MJK, but OMO Abyssinian truly found the answer in those final 2 games, and if I had to say one thing, it's probably the Mew.
It was probably the Mew, but you know what? I think the Trevenant, Miva played spectacularly. Those Horn Leeches were out of this world. We are obviously going to have to take a look at those highlights very, very soon, but I would absolutely love to see that breakdown.
Yeah, I mean, it was honestly kind of everybody. It was just an amazing adaptation from the side of OMO Abyssinian. I just love the way that they played. Again, we can go back to when we saw the video about the team, where they were saying about themselves, how there was some nerves. I refuse to believe that when you are down in a spot to make top 3 of the World Championships, and you are down a game, and you come back so strong 2 games straight, I feel like you have nerves of steel.
Nerves of steel indeed. You cannot fold under that pressure. You just have to keep that momentum going, especially on the big stage. But you know what? They are doing it all for the fans. They're in the crowd cheering for them. Obviously showing that great sportsmanship there to shake hands. But it does mean we have to say goodbye to MJK.
Another amazing team. I mean, first of all, going 3-0 in their group, representing their region so well. Actually, literally the only team, I believe, in the entire tournament to actually be taken out by their own region as well. That's how little we've actually had the same regions cross paths. They put up an incredible showing, especially for their home crowd. If you're out there in the stands, can you give one last cheer for MJK representing Japan?
Let me hear that cheer. No, it didn't.
I actually probably should have had to say it in Japanese, but, well, I mean, hey, they put on, seriously, a truly amazing show, and 4th place is certainly nothing to be that sad about. Of course, no true competitor is going to be happy with 4th place, but you should at least be content that you put on an amazing show. And I am so glad, I said it before, but I'm so glad that we have these top 3 teams from 3 separate regions representing the top 3 of Worlds. We can take a look at this graph. It's looking very similar, I would say, to the graph from game number 2.
Can you just see the dominance that OMO Abyssinian had over MJK here? They did not even let them overcome them, locking down all of those objectives too.
100%, and we can look at the damage as well. Honestly, quite a bit of damage from everybody, but